Hey, pay attention for a moment, because what I'm about to explain didn't happen later behind closed doors. It all happened live, right in front of everyone, and the internet had no idea it was coming. The night started like any other big event. There was a packed show, a major after-party, and then suddenly an entire family showed up without any warning. Everything seemed normal at first, like it would just be another high-energy night that would slowly wind down. But instead of fading out quietly, something unexpected happened outside, something nobody could have predicted. Once you understand what went down, it becomes clear why someone who had just gotten out of a hospital couldn't stop checking his phone. It also explains why another man, who was dealing with a lot of problems like losing his NFL spot and facing several legal issues, still showed up like he owned the whole scene. The situation escalated quickly, going from calm to chaos before people even had time to process it. But to really understand why this moment mattered so much, you need the full background. Without it, the story doesn't hit the same way. When Cardi B and Stefon made their relationship public, they didn't keep it quiet. It was loud and very visible. A baby soon became part of the picture, born in November, and for a while it looked like Cardi had finally found something real and stable. It felt different from her past relationship with Offset. This seemed more grounded, almost too perfect to last. Then, small cracks began to show around the time of the Super Bowl. Reports started coming out that Diggs had invited one of his other children's mothers to the game. Cardi didn't react in a dramatic way. She didn't go online to vent or make a scene. Instead, she gave him a cold, quiet look, said good luck without any emotion, and walked away. That moment said more than any long speech could have. People online immediately picked up on it and assumed the relationship was over. But Cardi has never been predictable, and what happened next proved that once again. Now, there's another side to this story that's important. On paper, Stefon Diggs wasn't in a strong position at all. He had been cut from the New England Patriots, and his brother Trevon Diggs was also no longer with the Cowboys. Their family, which once had a strong presence in football, suddenly seemed to be in a period of uncertainty. On top of that, Diggs was dealing with several legal situations at the same time. Different people, including an ex-girlfriend, a private chef, a former associate, and even an influencer, were making all kinds of claims against him. Some of the stories sounded so strange they were hard to believe. Even with all that pressure, Diggs still showed up at the concert like none of it mattered. He walked in calm and confident, not showing any sign of stress. That alone said a lot about his mindset. At the same time, Cardi was fully focused on her tour, bringing high energy and putting on a strong performance in Washington, D.C. The crowd was sold out, and the atmosphere was electric. There were even other celebrities in attendance, but by the end of the night, none of that was the main topic anymore. What really caught everyone's attention was Diggs' arrival. He didn't come alone. He brought his family and close circle with him, including his mother, his brother, and his trainer. They took over a suite and stayed there throughout the show, fully engaged. His trainer even went on social media during the performance to praise Cardi, making it clear she was doing an amazing job on stage. Earlier that day, Diggs had posted something on a private Instagram account that hinted he would be there. The message gave off the feeling that he still believed he was in control of the situation. It seemed like he wanted people, especially Cardi, to know he would show up and face everything directly. That move felt very intentional. During the performance, Cardi made a comment that added even more tension to the situation. She mentioned that the last time she performed a certain song, she ended up pregnant, and then joked that it might happen again that night. With Diggs sitting right there watching, the crowd reacted loudly. It was a bold statement, and it didn't go unnoticed. Almost instantly, people online started talking about it. Different creators shared their opinions within minutes. One person pointed out that seeing Diggs' grandmother in the audience was a sign that the relationship might not be completely over. Their reasoning was simple. A grandmother wouldn't show up unless there was still something real going on. They also noticed how Diggs seemed happy throughout the night, smiling and fully engaged, while his mother appeared emotionally invested as well. Another perspective suggested that this might not be a full reunion, but rather an emotional moment that sometimes happens between parents, especially as their child approaches a big milestone like their first birthday. Even so, it was clear that something meaningful was still there between them, whether they were officially back together or not. She is clearly not going back to Offset. That chapter seems closed, at least from her side. So if there is any confusion or mixed signals right now, it is coming from Stefon Diggs, not her. Then there is Offset's reaction, which added even more tension to the situation. He had just come out of the hospital after being shot outside a casino in Florida. At the same time, there have been ongoing talks about him having gambling problems and owing money to different people in the industry. Despite all of that, the moment clips from Washington, D.C. started spreading online, he posted a picture of a badly damaged car. There was no caption, no explanation, just the image. Some people might say it was random or meant nothing, but the timing makes it hard to ignore. It felt like a quiet message rather than a coincidence. It gave the impression of someone who still hasn't fully let go. When you combine that kind of emotional attachment with financial stress and a lack of stability, it can create a situation that is not just messy but potentially dangerous. Several commentators have already warned that Offset's involvement should not be treated as simple entertainment or gossip. Now this is where everything takes a sharp turn. After the concert ended, there was an after-party, and Diggs showed up with his close circle. He and his brother were moving through the crowd, while Cardi was also there, walking around with a drink in her hand. If you were paying attention, you could feel that something was about to happen. There was a certain energy in the air, like things were building toward a moment. Outside, cameras were already waiting as people began to leave. Then came the moment that had everyone talking by the next morning. Cardi didn't just leave the after-party on her own. She left with Stefon Diggs, and it did not look accidental at all. She walked past her own car, even though her security team had everything ready for her. The door was open, and the path was clear for her to leave as planned. Instead, she ignored it, went straight to Diggs' car, got into the front passenger seat, and left with him. They drove off together into the night, reportedly heading toward Maryland. As soon as this happened, the internet reacted instantly. Comment sections were full of people sharing their opinions. Some were shocked, others were confused, and some acted like this situation personally affected them. But honestly, it wasn't that surprising. Diggs had already shown up to the concert with his family. His team had been posting about Cardi's performance in real time. The energy between them was obvious. It would have been more surprising if she had simply gone home alone after all of that. But the story doesn't end there. There is another layer that makes the situation even more complicated. Earlier, there were mentions of several legal cases involving Diggs, and this is where they start to connect more directly to Cardi. One of the cases involves an ex-girlfriend who claims he assaulted her and forced her to sign a non-disclosure agreement. She is now suing him for a large amount of money, while he has responded by accusing her of trying to extort him. Another situation involves his former personal chef, who claims he attacked her during an argument about unpaid wages. This case has led to serious charges. There is also a former associate who has filed a lawsuit, accusing Diggs of defamation and physical harm after a dispute involving a luxury car. On top of that, an influencer has made claims about being drugged and later attacked by people connected to Diggs. All of these cases are still active and they carry serious weight. Because of all this, some people have started to form theories about why Diggs showed up in such a big way at the concert. One idea is that he may be trying to reconnect with Cardi not just on a personal level, but also because of her strong legal team. After their breakup, reports suggest that her lawyers stopped representing him at a critical moment. Cardi's legal team is known for winning cases, and having that kind of support could be very important for someone in his position. Another theory goes even further, suggesting that his intentions might not be purely emotional. Some believe he could be thinking about long-term financial security, especially given his current situation without a team or stable income. Being close to someone as successful as Cardi could offer stability, both emotionally and financially. Some even speculate that he might be thinking about expanding their family, seeing it as a way to strengthen that connection. At the end of the day, one thing is clear. Cardi made a very deliberate choice that night. She walked past her own car, ignored the plan set up by her team, and chose to leave with Diggs instead. That decision speaks louder than anything she could say online. Whether they are officially back together or just reconnecting in a complicated way, it is obvious that there is still a strong connection between them. And sooner or later, the full story behind all of this will come out.